Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to do a little life update Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A video in a couple of years actually, so I thought it would be fun to do a new one. Most of you, when I asked what I should talk about on Instagram, most of you guys wanted to know about my boyfriend, if I'm moving, if he's moving here, all the details about that because I know I've been very vague about that. I also got a lot of questions about recipes, go-to meals, and also just some personal and lifestyle things I don't normally talk about very much in videos, so I'm going to cover all of that stuff. I hope you guys are comfy, grab a snack, and let's get started. All right, so Emmy asks, what did you plan on doing for work before becoming a creator? So I definitely thought I was going to go into journalism of some kind. My ultimate goal was I really wanted to do morning TV just because I feel like you have such access to people and it's a really great way to share information because you're literally in their homes every single day. And I know that morning television can be kind of, I don't know, like looked down upon in the news world because it's not like hard news, but that's what I liked about it. I liked that it had this, sort of lifestyle element to it, and they would talk about the news, but they would also do, celebrity and pop culture stuff. They would also do recipes, health, wellness, fashion. Like they really told people stories, and I felt like the familiarity of seeing those faces on the news every morning, having them, like in your home, like I feel like that's just a really great tool for connection, and I thought that a lot of good could be done with that. Oatmeal is a meal I literally never get sick of. I have for breakfast almost every single day. I can't think of a single time that I've ever been like, oh, I'm not in the mood for oatmeal. That's never happened to me. Anna asks, do you speak any Norwegian? Jeg snakker litt norsk. Very lit. So what is your favorite vegan butter and what do you like most on toast? Thanks for all the cozy videos. I'm glad you like them. I don't have a favorite butter, but it's only because I've never done like a side-by-side comparison. But as soon as I read that question, I thought that needs to be a video because I've never just had all of the like major vegan butter brands out with like a piece of toast and compared them side by side. So I know that Miyoko's is really popular. I know that Earth Balance sticks are really popular. I've used both of those and Country Crock sticks, probably the most frequently, but I know that there's so many on the market now, so I would love to do like a butter comparison taste test. Let me know if you guys would be into that, because the way I would do it, what I'm thinking is that I would do it on toast, but I would also use it in baking, and I would do the same recipe but with different butters to see if the outcome is the same. I got a couple of different questions about podcasts or what I listen to on walks. I will put some of my favorites right here. How do you know you're getting all of your vitamins and your macros? So to me, those are separate things. Vitamins, you can really only know if you're getting enough vitamins from a blood test that you get at your doctor. And I really recommend going to the doctor. I feel like a lot of people kind of snooze on going to the doctor and getting a physical, getting like simple blood work done because, we go to the dentist, we go get our annuals at the gynecologist, but we kind of snooze on going to the doctor. And I heard Caitlin from Caitlin's Corner on YouTube say, why guess when you can measure? And in that instance, she was talking about measuring a piece of furniture and like actually measuring it. But I feel like that's a quote that you can really apply to so many things in life. It's like, why guess and be all nervous about whether or not you have vitamin deficiencies or what your cholesterol levels are when you can measure? So I get blood work done, and that way I know that I am healthy, my blood work looks good, I don't have any vitamin deficiencies. And if you do have any deficiencies, your doctor will be able to tell you what you can supplement and how much, because not a good idea just to like blindly start taking something. For example, with vitamin D, you can have good levels of vitamin D, you can have insufficient, and you can be deficient, but you can also get too much vitamin D. So you don't want to just start willy-nilly sort of taking all these different things. So it's a really good idea just to go get your blood work done, talk to a doctor, and just get that peace of mind. For macros though, that is something that is pretty easy to track on a day-to-day basis. And there's going to be, fluctuation and variation, but the best way that I have found, especially since going vegan, especially when I first went vegan, was to use something called Chronometer. It's a free website where you can plug in everything you eat in the day, and it will show you the breakdown of what you are getting. And you will very quickly, like within the course of a week, you will really see like, oh, I pretty consistently don't get enough calcium, for example. And then you can do what I did when I realized that you can say, okay, what vegan foods have calcium? And then you'll learn like leafy greens have calcium. Bok choy is a great source of calcium. Chia seeds, fortified plant milks, fortified cereals. There's so many different ways to incrementally increase the amount of calcium in your diet. for this example. You can be a little bit more strategic that way, but you really do have to, again, measure, put all the data in, and that way you have it right there in black and white. I mean, there's some variability there. It's not going to be 100% accurate on Chronometer, but you'll have a pretty good idea of where you're doing well and what you can put a little more effort into, and you'll very easily hit the majority of your macros just with eating a good variety of plant-based food. And for further assistance, definitely look into finding a plant-based dietitian, someone who is a registered dietitian who understands the many benefits of a plant-based diet and can help guide you so that you can really have an optimal diet that is made for your body, because we are a little bit different. All of us have different nutritional needs, we have different lifestyles, and so it is a really good idea, especially if you want to have success and do this long term. Feeling good and your health is super, super important and definitely something to take seriously and spend some time learning about. For dinner stuff, I would say I really like my new vegan chicken tacos recipe with mango salsa. That is just so flavorful and tasty. It's easy to make, it's filling, and it's very appropriate for this time of year. So that's been one of my favorites recently. My family really likes my creamy sun-dried tomato pasta recipe. That is requested very often. I'm editing this video and it got to the part where I was talking about all the boyfriend questions, and you guys are asking like how long we've been together, how we met, if he's vegan, if he's moving to California, if I'm moving to DC, all of that. And I'm trying not to shake the camera because I just have it like balanced on my desk. But I was editing this footage and I was just so rambly and all over the place, and I couldn't even follow what I was saying. So I was like, okay, I have to redo this and try to be more succinct. First of all, I understand all of the curiosity about the relationship because I know that I didn't share very much of it with you guys at all, and it wasn't that I was trying to be like evasive or anything like that. I always intended to share more like over time, but he just never wanted to be on camera. And I did understand because I do have other people in my life who, you know, I love and I spend time with all the time, but I don't like pull out the camera and put it on them when we're together. You know, like a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. And so I never wanted to push him, but I also I always hoped that he would, you know, want to be in my vlogs, and especially because we were talking about like moving in together, and I was so excited about like the what I eat in a day videos and like the you know, like the day in my life videos, and just to show you guys like where we were moving and like how we were gonna decorate. We had an Amazon like house account that we shared, and we were like, you know, thinking about all the different rooms and had like Pinterest boards of like how we were gonna decorate, and I wanted to show all of that in videos. And so I just assumed that he would be in those videos too eventually, but again, I just like didn't want to be pushy about it. So all that to say, I wasn't like purposely keeping it from you guys. I just felt like it would happen like naturally over time. And also I was getting questions about like if I was moving or if he was moving, and I just didn't have good answers. And the reason for that is because we were kind of having a hard time in our relationship like ever since last October. So he and I met on Instagram. Actually, we met at the end, like fall of 2019. So we've been together for like 2.5 years. We had such a sweet relationship for such a long time. Like I honestly felt so lucky to have found someone. Like I was so in love with him, and I was so happy for such a long time because I was just like this, like I couldn't believe that I found the person, because I really thought that we were going to spend our life together. I really thought that we, you know, like I found the person I was going to make a family with and build a life with, and we wanted the same things, and we're so aligned. He's vegan and I'm vegan, and it's like a big part of our lives, and we're super passionate about it. And I just felt so aligned and like so excited to like make a life with someone who would become my best friend, you know, cheesy as that sounds. And I don't know, you just think about that a lot when you're a kid, like who's my person gonna be? Like who's the person I'm gonna have a family with one day and like make a family with? And when you actually meet a person that you think is going to be that person, it's such an amazing feeling. It's like, I can't believe I found you, you know? But that is how I felt for a long time. And then we ended up breaking up in October, and I don't really feel comfortable explaining why we broke up, but we broke up and it was awful. And I feel like there's no words that you can express that doesn't sound, everything sounds trite, everything sounds over dramatic and also not sufficient at the same time to talk about like how painful it was, or how hard it was. Like heartbreak is so painful. I remember especially this last time, oh, spoiler alert, we broke up in April, finally. So we broke up in October. We broke up again like for the last time in April. It would make a lot more sense if I could tell you exactly why, but just suffice to say that I knew that it wasn't right. I'm not gonna act like, you know, 2 months later I'm totally fine. That's definitely not the case, but I will say that it's true what they say about time heals all wounds. I always wondered what people meant when they said that, like how does time heal all wounds? And I think time and distance like gives you perspective and clarity, and that's what provides the healing. At least that's been my experience. When you step away from something, oh my gosh, not to quote Clueless right now, oh my god, but you know in Clueless when she talks about like the Monet and how when you look at it up close it looks like a big mess, then you step back and you see the masterpiece. I think sometimes like a shift in perspective can give you so much clarity, and when you're in something and you're just really in it with someone and you're this close up to it, it's like you can't see things clearly. And so I think having this time and space just like helps you to see it from a different point of view. And I can just see things more clearly, and I feel really confident that it was the right choice, even though it was so painful. Lemby asks, do you want kids one day? The answer is yes, absolutely. I would love to have kids. How do you tell relatives you're vegan and why, simply without confusion? I think the best way just to quickly and efficiently communicate to people that you're vegan is to first stop and think about why you're vegan, because it's going to be different for everybody. There's so many amazing reasons to go vegan. And I think if you try to like, you know, sort of spew all of these reasons at once to people, they're going to be like a little overwhelmed, maybe confused, maybe start asking a lot of questions, and that can make you feel overwhelmed. So I think just taking a little bit of time and really clarifying it in your own mind and understanding your why will go a long way in terms of helping you to communicate with others. And so for example, the reason I am vegan is because I want to reduce harm as much as possible. And that really is a blanket statement that covers a lot. Like I'm reducing harm because I'm not putting animals on my plate. I'm reducing harm because I'm reducing my environmental impact. I'm reducing harm to my body, to my arteries, to my cholesterol levels, you know? So that to me kind of encompasses everything. So I just say that I want to reduce harm as often as possible. I do make a point to say reduce harm as often as possible, as opposed to eliminate all cruelty or eliminate all harm or, you know, completely erase my carbon footprint. I try not to say it like that, because that really gives people, especially people who are like very defensive about being non-vegan, I think that that really gives them an opportunity to like, well, you do this or you do that or you drive a car or whatever. And it's like, the point of veganism is not perfection. And again, that's why it's so important to understand what your intention is. My intention is not to be perfect. I understand that in modern life, there are a lot of things that are outside of our control. But for the things that I can control, like what I put on my plate, what I put in my body, what I buy with my dollars, you know, I can do the best I can and try to reduce harm. Like that is my goal, that is my intention. And so that's what veganism is for me. But for whatever veganism is for you, just get really clear on that intention so that you can easily communicate it efficiently. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments, because I'll definitely be answering questions there. So if there's something that I left out that you want to know about, definitely check that out as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye everyone.